Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to introduce PHP. PHP is a server-side scripting language, and you can use PHP to create dynamic web pages as well as database applications. Create a new file and open up with PHP tags. So let's zoom in. PHP tags start with bracket question mark PHP and then question mark PHP. Now I'm going to save this to my WAMP server folder. So I'm going to C drive, finding WAMP64 ww, and I have a folder here WCS315 for this class, and I'm going to save it here. First thing I'm going to write is echo. Echo is a statement to print things in the browser. First PHP program. Okay. Now to run this, you have to go to your browser. Now remember, the localhost points to local C/WAMP64, or if you got 32/32 /www. That's what I'm using in this video. So you can see that under www, this is where the localhost points to. And when you actually type just localhost, it opens the index file. So what you see is the index.php. I'm going to be using under CS315 first.php. That's what I'm going to type here. Localhost /CS315/first.php.php. So it prints first PHP program. That's pretty much it. I'm going to introduce a couple of basic stuff with the PHP. Another thing you can do is you can actually embed PHP inside your HTML code. So let's actually have let's embed our HTML tags. PHP, alright, and then we'll have to close this tag, and then we have to close HTML. HTML is going to close. Now I'm going to add some heading to this page. Let's say H1, welcome to PHP tutorial, H1. And then let's add our PHP code into this code. Now let's run this. You can see it's a PHP HTML. It looks like an HTML page. We have all the HTML tags, and we still have the print from the PHP. You can inspect this. You will see all the HTML structure here, and inside the body we have this print statement, which is empty text for now. You can also print HTML tags. You can embed HTML tags inside your PHP. So let's make this a second heading. So I'm adding H2 here, which is a second heading tag for HTML. And you can see now this is a second heading. Now let's add a paragraph tag maybe. Echo paragraph tag. We're going to start this paragraph here. We're going to end it here. And now we can just print some text. Whatever we write here, it's going to be enclosed by these paragraph tags. PHP is a server-side scripting language. And then you can create dynamic web pages using it, etc. maybe one more, and you can also create database applications. Now I'm going to show you how you can use comments for the PHP. For a single line comment, you have to use the pound sign. So this is commented out. Let's do it here first. See, we have a paragraph now. All the text is in this paragraph. Now I can comment out parts of it. So for commenting on single line, use a pound sign. Okay, got shortened. But if you want to comment out multiple lines in PHP, you have to use the /**. And let's see, you can see that those two lines are commented out. So they don't get parsed in the HTML. Let's look at some variables in PHP. A variable starts with the $, and a variable after the $, it has its name. It must start with a letter or some underscore character. Variable name cannot start with a number. A variable name can only contain alphanumeric characters and underscores, and they're case sensitive. So I'm gonna create some variables here. $, course name, 315. So HP echo H3. Welcome to course name. Welcome to CS315. So what happened here is that we actually it takes this variable and places it inside the string. So this is one way you can use PHP variables. Okay. And then there are different types of variables. PHP variables have different data types, such as string, integer, float, boolean, arrays, objects, and null variable types. We can create some integer variables. X equals 4, or y equals 10, and you can perform arithmetic operations, etc. And let's create a new z variable. And then I'm gonna introduce z is gonna be equal to x plus y, and then we can print out echo z. So you can see the value of z here, 14. Okay. Now I can just comment these out. Now let's take a look at some loops in PHP. The basic loop that you need is for loop. There's also while, but we're going to look into for each. It's pretty much similar to other programming languages that you're familiar with, such as Java. The idea is the same. The first one is going to be for loop. So you need to start with a initial variable for the iterations. Right, x equals, I'm going to make it I equals 0, and then as long as I is less than, let's do 6 here, and then I plus plus. So that's the basic PHP for loop. And let's do this, echo h I HP H. So it's gonna print 6 headings for HTML, right? It's gonna actually print something like this. It's gonna start with H0. Actually, let's not start with 0. Let's start with 1. h1 php h1. It's going to close that tag, and then it's going to id is going to become 2, etc. It's going to go all the way to h5, right? So that's a basic for loop for PHP. We missed a semicolon. Now you can see that PHP is printing out the 5 headings. You can see them here. We also have a for each loop in PHP. Now, to use for each loop, it only works with arrays. You have to have an array to use for each loop. And an array in PHP can be created using the array function. Food array, we're going to have a food array is going to be equal to array. Now, to use for each loop, we're going to work with this array. The syntax is basically you have a for each keyword, and then inside you put the array, you pass in the array for each array item, food array as value. So each item, we're going to print it out. Echo value. So it printed them out one after the other. We could modify it a little bit. Add a, this is, by the way, this is a concatenation operator in PHP. That's this dot. I'm going to concatenate them with a break tag so they get printed in the next line. You see pizza, pancakes, fries, chocolate. So that's how you use for each array, using an array. You could also do it using a for loop. Okay, so here's how it should be. And it works. Pizza, pancakes, fries, chocolate. There are different types of arrays in PHP. There's indexed arrays, which they have numeric indexes, such as this one, right? The food array in this case. There's associative arrays, which have arrays with named keys. So you enter, based on the key, you can get the value. Kind of like a dictionary. Now we're gonna work with the associative array here. Associative arrays. These are the ones that you're gonna be using to fetch data from database. When you actually read a row from the database, they come as a associative array. So I'm going to create a new associative array, people array. We're going to use array keyword to create a new array, and I can actually enter value. I can have key value pairs. Okay, so the key is going to be, for example, the value is going to be John, and it's going to be tied to his age, which is going to be 34, 35, and then we're going to have a couple more people. Let's say Jane, value for her is going to be 28, and then let's have one more, Jack, it's going to be 42. You can do echo people. I'm going to place John, and this should give me John's age. Alright, so let's go back. 35. Let's do it with a for each loop. Read this. For each people as, so their X represents each people in the array, and we're going to print the X value. Echo, let's say x is concatenation is value concatenation years old, and then maybe a break tag so this can skip the next line without getting it crowded on the same line. Let's run this. It basically x is this one, and then x value is this one, and then iterate one time. Now x is this one, x value is this one, okay, and it goes until it goes through each item in the array.